change. My position has evolved over time after this message that he sent. And the other thing is, it's also a private message. Some of the things we saw on social media after I aired this story a couple of days ago, some people on social media were saying, wow, some friend, to share a private message. This was shared in confidence over Facebook Messenger. We've learned something in investigative reporting, too. Anything in writing doesn't stay secret for long, especially if it's incendiary as this was. But again, J.D. Vance has evolved. I mean, here you're seeing video of him before he had his beard and everything. He looked younger. He hadn't kind of grown into the role, but now he has. I mean, he's a freshman senator who was elected from the state of Ohio, and now he's the vice presidential nominee for the Republican Party.
You should put it under the rug.
It's an extraordinary story, no matter where you stand politically, no matter where you come down on the issues. But to see the journey that J.D. Vance has followed, it's almost a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, except that he did it very methodically, going to the U.S. Marines, going to Yale Law School. These things were far from predictable during his childhood in Middletown, Ohio. The other issue that right now the Republican Party is focusing heavily on,
You need some help?
safety. If there was a single word that the
Here, let me help you.
Convention has focused upon, it's the word safety.
There it is.
Under the safety umbrella, if you will, is crime and immigration.
There it is.
And those two things really combine with the story of Laken Riley, who was murdered here in Georgia.
Sweetums is like, why does Mom play with that thing?
But she was killed by someone who was in the country illegally, an undocumented immigrant. At least that's who's accused
Which
of killing
comes.
her, awaiting trial. Obviously innocent until
Shadow, there's your toy.
But
There's your toy,
immediately
Shadow.
became a talking point amongst
You
those
see it?
who say, hey, look, we have these borders that are too porous,
right here.
and this has become, it's been an issue for a very long time within the
Here it
Republican
is.
Party, all the way back to 2016 and 2015 when Donald Trump was talking about building a wall and making Mexico pay for it. That issue is sort of back front and center again. And they're using the example of Laken Riley to show that, hey, look, this immigration problem, these aren't isolated incidents. These are incidents where people who are in the country illegally, undocumented immigrants, are committing horrific crimes. Statistically, they're committing crimes at a lower percentage than the general population. So it's hard to sort of make that argument from a statistical standpoint, but when you look at these sort of individual examples, obviously
They're all watching.
you have those cases where there have been people who are in the country illegally, undocumented, who have committed horrific crimes, and those are front and center within the proposals within the Republican Party, not only to strengthen the border, to limit immigration,
She comes out of nowhere.
but also there's this